All right, welcome back to Deep Dive with Dr. Fitz. I'm your host, Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick, Superintendent of Schools here in the Schuylkill Haven Area School District, and we are proud to bring you episode 24 with members of the class of 2024. So let's start off all the way to the left. That's Jada Engel, 12th grader. We all know Heidi. You're kind of like Cher. We don't really give your last name, but this is Heidi Bauer. We just call her Heidi. And Chris George is so pumped for this. You've been so excited to be on this show.
I've been dying to be here, you know.
Well, something like that. We were trying to get him before the show. We were trying to say, hey, think about Ric Flair and give out a woo, get yourself pumped up and ready. But you didn't need to be pumped. You're pumped and ready. We love Chris George too, by the way. We do have a great show lined up because they are literally in their final days as seniors here. Before we get into that, let's congratulate a junior, Anna Schaefer, won the gold in the 3,200 meter on Tuesday. Then she won the gold in the 1,600 meter, breaking a school record, ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 5 minutes, 17 seconds. The record, by the way, stood since 1993. And are you ready? Whose record was it, Heidi?
Her mom's.
Her mom's.
Congrats, Anna.
Her mom's record. Great job. So she'll be running in the PIAA 2A Track and Field Championships at Shippensburg University. Good luck, Anna. And by the way, middle school mini-thon raised over $21,000. Remember being middle schoolers?
Oh, yeah.
Exciting times, right? $21,000 to help out with childhood cancer. Great job, middle school students. We're really proud of you. But let's get to meet our seniors. And, of course, Chris said, do I have to go first? No, we're going to leave the girls to show the way. All right, so here's our first question. We're going to look back and reflect on your time here in the Schuylkill Haven Area School District. Let's share a memorable moment or experience that you had. Jada, let's start with you. Something that was just memorable for you.
Something that was definitely memorable is my freshman year when our baseball team won the state chip. I thought that was a really cool experience, and having so many people from the school come together and everybody celebrating, the whole town coming together was really cool.
That was cool. I remember that. That was fun. Yeah. How about you, Heidi?
When we were sophomores, our class officers decided to plan an out-of-the-box field trip, and we decided to go to Six Flags in New Jersey, which was something we never done before. We ended up going. It poured the entire time. It was just raining nonstop, but that made it so much fun. I have never had a better high school experience than that. So
cool.
That's got to take the cake for me.
All right, Chris, now they've set the tone, so you can't let us down. Your most memorable moment.
Some of my best moments have been with the golf team. I started golf freshman year. I just picked it up out of nowhere. And then each year I progressively got better. And it was also just fun hanging out with the team. After each match we would go to McDonald's and just talk about things. And it was also great to just meet new people on the other teams. And I made a couple friends with them too, so it was great.
So golf was something that you just say, I'm going to give this a shot.
Mm-hmm. My dad played golf in college.
Cool.
So he decided to, why not try it out? And it's been a great pleasure for me to be able to start it, and it's been a fun ride these past 4 years.
Awesome. We have a new golf simulator here in the Sports Performance Center too, which is pretty cool to have for a high school. Awesome. Good. All right. How do you think your high school experience has shaped you as a person and prepared you for the future? Anybody can go first on this one.
I think high school has allowed me to develop good time management skills. Just trying to hand in assignments on time is something that's really important because, getting good grades has allowed me to, get to the status of valedictorian as of right now. So I sure hope that in the future, during college, I'll be able to maintain those time management skills, and also in the workforce. That's going to be huge, and employers are going to look for that. So,
by the way, I guess I should have mentioned these three are pretty smart. So I'm certainly not the smartest one sitting here. I can promise you that. So, Heidi, how about you?
I am definitely leaving Schuylkill Haven as a different person than when I entered as a freshman, and I would definitely accredit my teachers for that. I think that I have learned so much in the classrooms, not only when it comes to the curriculum, but the teachers at Haven know so much, and they have taught me so many life lessons that I'll carry with me throughout my entire life.
Yeah, we've got some really good people here. And
we really do.
They really are. Not just great teachers, but great people. So.
Kind of looking at the social aspect, I gained a lot of friendships and with people that I never even thought that I would be friends with. You kind of just become friends with everybody. And I think that it gained me a lot of like social skills and stuff like that.
Even the superintendent's daughter?
Yeah, love her.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah,
She's all right.
she looks better when she's green, though. I think so.
That was my favorite look of Taylor Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so extracurricular activities. What were you involved in extracurricularly, and what did you do for fun, and what did you do to stay busy outside of your rigorous academic schedule? Let's go to Heidi first on this one.
I have been the class president for all 4 years of high school, Spanish club president. I served in student council. I was secretary for 2 years. I'm a biology club treasurer. I was involved in the musical for 3 years. I'm a varsity cheerleading captain, or I was a varsity cheerleading captain. Got to retire that now. I served as the junior borough council person. I was selected to do that as a sophomore, and I served that role for 2 years. I was selected as one of the top 6 to represent Schuylkill Haven at the annual Schuylkill Scholars Banquet. And I'm going to pass it off to somebody else because otherwise I'm going to be rambling for a while.
Well, that's good, though. The only thing what we should have said is, what didn't you do? The only thing she didn't do is play quarterback on the football team, but she probably contributed to the football team somehow. But that's awesome. I love how busy. And by the way, it's bright kids, but very active kids, too. Let's go over to you, Jada, for your expansion on this.
Personally, I like to try like everything in high school. I literally played a different sport like almost every year. Freshman, I tried out volleyball. Sophomore year, I tried out soccer. Didn't stick with either, but loved the team, loved playing. But then I did track all 4 years. I was a part of Quiz Bowl, Spanish Club, Biology Club, Trout Committee. I was the vice president of Veterans Committee this year. And I'm definitely forgetting a lot, but yeah, I just tried to do everything that I could.
Right. And you learn your limits, you learn your gifts, and you learn your talents, and sometimes it's okay to say, I tried it. And my rule always was finish the season, right? Okay, start something, finish the season. If it's not for you, don't go out next year. So, good. Chris, how about you?
Well, for sports, I did golf, track, and then my freshman year I did cross country, but that's at the same time
it's
as
a lot
golf.
Of running.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a lot of running. Yeah.
But I also, I was a part of the Bio Club, Trout Committee, Veterans Committee, Prom Committee, Outreach Club. I mean, there's all sorts of things. And then I also did Schuylkill Scholars with Heidi. I was awarded the Scholastic Scholars, too. And, there's just so many that I can't think of right now. But, I think those have really helped me, develop leadership roles into things. Like with Hobie, that was a good thing that I got.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Heidi was with me
We
there,
went
too.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
good.
That was a good 4-day ceremony that'll,
It was a tiring 4-day ceremony.
That's good stuff. Anything you'd change if you could go back to your freshman year? Anything you'd do differently? Heidi, you probably wouldn't be a person that I would think regrets anything, but anything you might do differently or change?
All I have to say is, don't use Google Chat during a geometry quiz.
Okay, we'll move on from that then. Jada, how about you? Anything you'd change?
I actually wish I would have done cheerleading. I always think about
wish
it.
you would have
Yeah,
too.
because Heidi always did it, and I don't know. It was like COVID when we were freshmen, so I was
Yeah.
like, maybe I wouldn't like that. And then every year I was like, maybe I'll do it, and I just didn't because I wanted to be a part of the student section. But I really wish I would have cheered.
That's right. So you're like supposed to be all messed up because you were a freshman during
Yeah.
COVID. But I was just at a senior college graduation last week, and those seniors, that's their first graduation because they missed out on their normal ceremonies when they graduated high school. So kudos to all the college seniors that are graduating in 2024. You were kind of cheated out of a normal 2020 graduation. So good response. All right, Chris, how about you?
Kind of similar to Jada's. I think I wish I would have done basketball. I quit after 8th grade, and during the winter you're just stuck inside and you have nothing to do. So it would have been good to just have something to do during the winter. And I really enjoyed basketball, and some of my friends did it too, like Sean Steven. So I really wish I stuck with that.
Well, there's still time. We can check your eligibility. Maybe we can get you one more season in. All right, good. Any advice that you would give to an incoming freshman that's maybe a little nervous, a little scared? They're an 8th grader right now. They're going to be a freshman in high school next year. Chris, what would you tell them to help them along?
After listening to all of us talk about our clubs, I would tell them to stay involved. It's a good way to just build your resume, and in the future, when you're writing for scholarships or just trying to get scholarships, that's going to definitely help you, and people are going to look at that. And with college debt, that could really help relieve the burden of that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Great advice.
I would say to make as many connections with your teachers as you can. That's such an important thing to hold you throughout high school. And I would also definitely say, again with Chris, to get involved.
Good. Jada?
Well, I actually have a little sister that's an 8th grader, so I'm always kind of like giving her little advice because she obviously goes through the same stuff that I went through. But a big thing that I always tell her, like when she was picking classes, I said, just if you like are doubting a harder class, just like at least like try if you're like, because they give you like the requirements for it. And I'm like, if you make the requirements, then maybe that's the class for you. So I always try to tell her to just like try to take like the harder classes because it'll benefit you in the future.
That is great advice. And more often than not, halfway through, they're usually grateful they did, and they feel good about that. That's great advice from all three of you. Thank you. All right, what's going through your mind right now? You're about to graduate high school. What emotions are you feeling? We've talked to seniors that are just excited. They can't wait. They're excited for that next chapter. How about you guys?
Personally, I'm a little bit like sad, but I'm really excited too. Like I've been here for a while, so it's kind of like I'm ready, but at the same time, it's like I'm gonna miss my friends, my underclassmen friends, the teachers, and just kind of like the security of the school because it's really a great school. I loved it here.
Good.
Haven is definitely a community. Like I've never been, I mean, I've only ever gone to Haven, but every other school I've ever entered or people I've met from other school, Haven is so different. We have such like a family bond. I know that's kind of corny to say, but I feel like it's really true. And I'm definitely going to miss my underclassmen friends so much. I've gotten so close with so many younger students this year, especially a lot of my freshman friends. So I'm going to miss them. I mean, I'm happy. I'm excited to go on with my next chapter in life, but I'm going to miss Haven a lot.
Good. How about you?
I'm definitely going to miss it too. I mean, I'm going to miss Friday night lights. I'm going to miss the basketball games. I'm going to miss some of my friends. I'm going to miss the people sitting next to me, you know. But, I mean, I'm definitely excited for college too because some of my friends are going, so it'll be a little bit easier of a transition. It'll be great to meet new people and try new things there too. So.
Well, and for me, it's mixed emotions every year when we watch our seniors move on, but I can tell you I'm excited for the three of you. You are... all three, I can promise you, are headed towards a very bright future. Let's talk about what that future looks like. What's the next step? Heidi, we'll start with you. Where are you heading from here?
I'm going to Lehigh University, and I'm going to be majoring in international relations and economics on a pre-law track.
Yeah, it was the same thing. So, Jada, let's go to you next.
I am going to IUP and I'm doing nursing, and then I plan to eventually become a nurse practitioner.
Good for you. Okay, good. We had Abby Rue on here who was talking IUP yesterday.
Yep.
Good. How about you, Chris?
I'm going to Kutztown to become to major in computer science. After taking the computer science elective here, I kind of got interested in it. So, and I also might double major in either data science, or maybe mathematics, something like that. So, we'll see.
He's very smart. Good at math.
Yeah, he's very smart. So I'm hoping some of it, rubs off on me a little bit here. Good. All right, we're trying to balance the budget this time of the year and get ready for next year. So we experimented with this with our last batch of seniors, and we loved it. And our staff wants to chime in on this episode. So we are going to segue into questions from our special guests, and our first question comes from Miss Nelson.
Ay, Dios mío, Cristobal. Wow, I feel like it was just yesterday that I was watching your sister's fashion show project, and here comes this little blonde boy full of spunk and such charismatic attitude. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I hope he's in my class one day. And you've been in my class ever since. I've had you since 8th grade, so I've gotten to watch you grow into the wonderful man you have become. You've always blown me away with your Spanish ability, your grammar, your questions, always keeping me on my toes, which I love, which is great. I'm very excited to see what you do with your future because I know it's going to be bright. I know you're going to make a difference in so many lives. And and here you are with Rosa, right? It feels like our Spanish 5 class right now. And I know that, you're not used to me speaking to you in English, and you're not used to speaking in English back to me, but we'll make an exception for this video for Dr. Fitzpatrick. Otherwise, buena suerte con todo. Okay, please reach out to us if you need anything because you've always been here for us, and we're going to continue to be here for you. And my question for you, mi pregunta, is one of your favorites. ¿Puedo ir al baño? Adios, Cristobal.
All right, so clearly Miss Nelson felt that she had to dumb it down a bit for me. So, because I don't know what question she just asked you. What question did Miss Nelson just ask you?
Can I go to the bathroom? So I think I can.
Yeah, so I should probably memorize that one. Yeah, maybe
maybe.
not right now. Great. Again, great accomplishment in foreign language. I had 4 years of German, so ich spreche Deutsch sehr gut, aber ich bin Americano und ich bin sehr hungrig. And,
Yeah, I agree, definitely.
No, I didn't learn Spanish yet, and that's the key word, yet. I'm going to try to work on that. So our second question comes from the dynamic duo of Mrs. Freiler and Mrs. Dirk. Let's turn it over to them.
Heidi Bauer, I can't believe you're leaving us. You have been a tremendous contribution from the time that you were a sophomore taking my Lit and Culture class up until now. I can say that our class discussions wouldn't have been the same without you, and the support that you gave us in the Take What You Need room, which was very appreciated, and especially the role that you played in being Hattie's big sister in cheerleading. I can't wait to see what Lehigh has in store for you and what you have in store for Lehigh.
Hey, Bow Bow. Going all the way back to your freshman year, I just remember working with you in the hybrid school year, and especially all of the figurative language assignments that you would write, all those stories that you were telling back in your freshman year, kept us all laughing. And then fast forward to junior year in AP Line Together, I couldn't agree more with everything that Mrs. Dirk just said about you. Your presence in the classroom just brought the energy level up for everyone. Your presentations were always incredible. Your insights and your ability to analyze and bring deep thoughts to the table every time we had a discussion never failed to impress me. Your writing talent is off the charts. And as Mrs. Dirk said, too, we couldn't be prouder of how you have developed as a person, and just so excited to see what the future has in store for you as you progress to your next stage in life. We certainly hope that we'll see you back here from time to time so we can hear how things are going, but we just know the future is very bright for you and can't wait to hear all about it.
So we were asked to prepare some questions for you, or a question for you. And you know I'm going to have to do literature questions. So I have 3. Obviously, to be or not to be, because that's a given. That's the question, right? That's the first one. The second one is, are you happy here? And then the third one is, tell me, what will you do with your one wild and precious life?
And seeing as how we are the English department, I couldn't let this go without also asking a book-related question. So here's the question I wanted to ask you. Mrs. Dirk and I, over the last couple of years, have been making you read a lot of things for our classes that maybe are things you would or would not have chosen to read on your own time. So I want to ask you about what you do choose to read in your own time, and what for you defines a great reading experience. And what would you say is a book that gave you that kind of reading experience? I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts on those questions. We love you, Heidi. Congratulations on everything you have accomplished, and we will talk to you soon.
Remember us when you're famous.
4 total.
Yes.
I think I counted 4, but let's start with Bow Bow. That's because later we're going to ask all of you a nickname, so yours is already answered.
Yes.
Bow Bow. The first one was to be or not to be.
To be or not to be. Oh my gosh, what a loaded question. I feel like that depends on where you are in your walk of life, but right now I'm going to have to choose to be.
To be.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a second question.
How happy are you, or
Yeah.
are you happy here?
Yeah.
Mrs. Dirk, I'm about as happy here as I was on Earth, so she'll get that.
Love that. Okay, so she's got that one. Then the third one was something about.
What will you do with your one wild life?
That's
I'm pretty
right.
sure is what it was.
Yeah.
Go wherever the wind takes me.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say to that.
Yeah, that's good. And then Ms. Freiler chimed in with a book-related question.
Yes. So, what defines a great reading experience, and what I like to read outside of class, and what book really shaped my idea of reading. So, what I'm reading outside of class right now, I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, and I'm reading The Alchemist. a good reading experience requires a lot of thought. So you can't just read a book and automatically understand what the author's trying to convey to you. You really need to dig deep and analyze, which is something I loved about both Ms. Freiler and Mrs. Sturg's classes, is it required me to really think. And I think the book that really made me feel that way, I can't even pinpoint one book, but I will say my favorite book that I read this year because of the thought that it required was Slaughterhouse-Five. There was just, Kurt Vonnegut is an amazing author, and that book is just completely unmatched for me.
Great. Perfect response. Thank you very much. All right, Jada, you are next, and your question comes all the way from the elementary center, and Mrs. Good has a question for you.
Hi, Jada. I can't believe you're a senior. I told Mr. Hale not to zoom in too much on my gray hair up here because I can't believe how fast time goes. When he emailed me about doing this, I dug out a picture of 4th grade Jada, and I found 2. So here's one. You're up in the top corner. There's Jada. And then this one, our composite with everybody. You don't know how nervous you're going to be to do this until you see my hand shaking. When I think about you as a 4th grader, the first thing I think about is your smile. You were so happy to be here, so positive about learning, and you made everybody else feel so happy just to be around you. You were incredibly hardworking as a student, and you were so helpful. Most days, I think you must have felt that I needed help because you came to me first and said, "Do you want me to pass out the calculators, or can I help you with snack? Do you want me to pass out papers, or this person didn't get their papers out of their mailbox?" Any peer who needed help with an assignment, you were the first one to offer help. Thinking about your senior year, one of my favorite memories was actually at Martz Hall. I don't know if you remember this, but my son and a few of his 3rd grade buddies joined the student section. And instead of ignoring them or telling them to go away, you and Abby and a bunch of your friends included them and talked to them and engaged with them and let them cheer with you. I had to keep myself from crying in the middle of Martz Hall because I thought, wow, this wouldn't happen everywhere. And it's just such a special place to work, and the kids are great. And I'm happy that my kids are here with such a great group of people and a great community. My other memory of you this year is you interning in my daughter's 1st grade classroom with Mr. Reichert. And I know it was the highlight of Josie's year to see you at Martz Hall and everywhere else we ran into you. But I asked Josie to describe you this morning. And the first thing she said was pretty. And then she said you help with testing, and you're funny, and you are nice to everyone. I understand you took a detour from what 4th grade Jada wanted to be when she grew up, which was a teacher. And I asked your mom what you're going to be studying. And when she said pediatric nursing, I thought, wow, that is perfect. I couldn't think of a more perfect job for you, Jada. All the qualities I discussed about you as a 4th grader will make you the perfect nurse. Your ability to light up the room with your smile, your hard work ethic, and your keen sense of knowing when people need help before they ask for it will take you far in the nursing profession. You're going to be great. Now, I have 2 questions for you. What are you most looking forward to at college? And will you come back and visit us?
All right, so those are some good questions. What are you most looking forward to at college?
I'm most looking forward to meeting new people, meeting new friends, and just kind of widening my array of social skills.
By the way, you didn't even realize that you did that for those little 3rd graders, did you?
No, I didn't at all. I don't even remember that.
That tells a little bit about
the type of person she is.
Yeah, I think that's awesome too. That's cool. And then the second question. What was the second question? Are you going to come back? Visit us?
Of course I am.
Absolutely.
I love going to the elementary school and seeing all of my old teachers, even the middle school, and I'm sure eventually the high school when it is a few years out, but yeah, I'm definitely going to come back and visit all the teachers I had.
Well, clearly, our teachers think the world of all three of you. So thank you to the teachers that participated and provided those questions. Let's get into our rapid fire questions now. These are the dirty dozen, as I call them, and we'll go blast right through these. Any particular order, anyone can jump in. First one, though, describe yourself in 3 words. Jada, you were on a roll, so we'll start with you on this one.
I would say outgoing, optimistic, and charismatic.
Good.
I would say outgoing. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. Charismatic and kind.
Yeah, you are kind. Good. Chris, how about
I would say caring, hardworking, and maybe a little shy. A little shy person.
you? You're doing great today, though, isn't he, girls?
He really is.
Thank you,
I'm proud of you.
Good. All right, favorite class or subject? Schuylkill Haven Area High School. Anybody can jump in.
History, language, and literature. Definitely.
Okay, that's 3, but just
Sorry,
you're
I'm
scoring
sorry.
at home. I'm not a math guy, Chris, like you, but that's 3. But how about you?
Honestly, I'd probably say calc. I had a great time with Mrs. Brawl. That was a fun time.
Good, good.
I
By the way, said no one ever.
yeah.
No, literally, that was such a hard class.
No one ever said I love calculus. Yeah, but
Except for
go ahead,
Crystal.
Jada.
I liked English, especially this year with Mrs. Dirk. I think going deeper into the books and the meanings of the books, I thought that was really fun and cool.
That's the language I did best in high school, by the way. So, doesn't say much about my foreign language skills. So, all right. Favorite lunch in our high school cafeteria? Favorite lunch?
I'm gonna have to go with turkey sub. I think it's a little underrated, but I just like a good old turkey sub.
Ding
with
is
some
right.
chips.
That is the first ever turkey sub ever mentioned. I feel like a light these giant things should open up a shine light down on us right now in honor of the turkey sub. Heidi,
my gosh,
can you match that?
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, that's the
It's
feast.
just, my God.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, we need a nap like the whole afternoon.
Yes.
So, Jada, how about you?
I feel like this is everybody's favorite, but taco in a bag.
Yeah, that's a
Close
popular.
second.
Yeah, I love taco in a bag.
Those little personal pan pizzas are pretty good.
They
I had
are
one of
pretty
those
good,
yesterday.
actually.
All right, good. Favorite fast food spot?
McDonald's, easily. I mean, that's my favorite. I think that shocks a lot of people. Yep,
Yeah?
I think so. I think McDonald's
What
is
do you
great.
eat at McDonald's? Like, what's your go-to meal?
McCrispy with fries and a sweet tea. I love
He's on to
sweet tea.
something. Coke.
Now, do you mix lemonade with the sweet tea every now and then?
Nah, I'm just.
Golfer that you are, I thought maybe you'd mix up an Arnold Palmer. No, the right kind, by the way. With the, yeah, so good. All right, how about you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Hale, but probably Chick-fil-A. Or Chipotle. I mean, Chipotle is good, too.
Yeah, we get a lot of that too. How about you?
Chick-fil-A as well.
Yeah, a lot of Chick-fil-A fans. Favorite fast food spot is a torn between Chick-fil-A and we got a McDonald's here. How about fact or cap? Dunkin' Donuts best coffee around.
Oh, fact. Oh, my God, fact.
Fact.
Yes.
I don't drink
100%.
He's not a coffee guy. All right, that's all right. That's fine. What makes you smile the most?
My friends and my mom and my everything makes me smile. I don't even know why
You
I'm
do
picking
smile
stuff
a
like
lot.
I smile a lot.
This microphone is.
I love
yes,
it. So
yes.
pretty.
No, yeah, I'd say talking to friends and my parents, my family. You know.
Good. Yeah. You,
Yeah,
the
older sisters.
You really have a great
Yeah.
family too. So good. How about you?
I agree with Heidi. Literally everything makes me smile. I'm
And laugh.
really always,
And laugh.
I'm laughing and smiling all the time.
Good. All right. You could choose one superpower. What would it be? Mine would be to fly. Take it from there.
I think I'd honestly have to agree. I mean, with gas prices, I spend so much money.
True.
I would turn into like different animals, I think. Like actually, like if I could be a prairie dog for a day.
A prairie dog.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What would you do as a prairie dog?
Anything. Like
Just
I don't know.
wander around the prairie.
Exactly.
Yes.
Burrow a little hole.
Little dog on the prairie. You-
Exactly.
Yes. Jada, can you top that possibly?
I don't think I can top that. But I think that I'd want to be like invisible, like be able to go invisible sometimes.
Just to know what people really think of you.
just like to sneak into a room
You'd
or
be
two.
like, yeah. Like, what do you think of Jada? You know?
Whisper in people's
Yeah.
ear, get them to
just
say it out
what do you
loud.
think of
Now,
her?
now, would you like, since you fly, would you swoop down and grab a prairie dog and take it up into the sky for
yeah,
a
Think
maybe.
carefully.
Yeah, show her the world, you know.
Show her the world. All right.
Thank you.
All
I
right,
can
so
turn
that's
into a
your,
hawk.
that's your superpower. Now, what if you could switch places with anyone in the world, an athlete, a celebrity, any person, who would you choose for one day?
I would say Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick Sr. Certainly. Beyond a
It's
doubt.
great life. I have to admit, that's.
I want to drive a race car.
Yeah, that's no, you know, it's not that exciting. So, Jada, how about you?
I feel like this would be a popular answer, but probably Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people would love to have a day of Taylor's life. Yeah.
I'd probably say Scotty Scheffler, #1 golfer in the world. I'd love to play at some of the courses they play at. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right. So good. We're going to move on then. We got their celebrity. Favorite movie or TV show?
Oh, right now, I like Reba. It just came on Netflix. I love the show Reba.
Yeah. Okay.
Star Wars. Probably Revenge of the Sith is definitely my favorite Star Wars movie. Anything from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Those are like top tier for me. And then, put those thumbs back up.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm just a big movie person. I just have so many favorite movies. So
Gotcha.
I could go on forever. I'm not going to.
I think right now my favorite show is Suits. My great quote by Harvey Specter is, when your back's against the wall, break down the wall. So I think that's great advice.
I like that. Okay, that's great advice. We might have to get T-shirts maybe, right? All right, we know one person's nickname, but what is the nickname your parents used to call you, Jada?
Jada Bell.
Jada Bell? And do we just go, what was it, Bow Bow? Or?
My mom never. My friend Abby Rue actually came up with the nickname Heidi Bow, and then it just kind of evolved from there. My mom would call me D though, because my name is Heidi.
Heidi.
Yeah, so she just called me D.
Chris, any nicknames for you?
Well, my dad has the same name as me, so they just kind of started calling me different things. And right now it's Fur. So it's the end of my name, Christopher, so they just call me Fur.
Eliminate all that Christo.
Yeah.
All right, good. Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat?
You gotta go first.
Probably Snapchat.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Instagram Reels, so probably
Okay.
Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I like the Instagram Reels. They're pretty funny, so.
The reels got you dragged in. All right, okay. And then last question, our Dirty Dozen. If you could sum up your high school experience in one word or phrase, what would that one word or phrase be?
I'd say roller coaster. A lot of ups and downs, you know.
Yes, that's a great analogy. Remain seated till the coaster comes to a complete stop. Thank you.
I have no idea.
Heidi, while you're thinking, I
Okay.
will entertain you with this notion that when I was just a few years older than you, I was the voice of several roller coasters. That was one of my many voiceover jobs. I would say, please remain seated till the coaster comes to a complete stop.
That just doesn't surprise me at all.
So now I gave you a little extra time. So
I would probably say family, honestly. I feel very close and connected with everybody at Haven, and it'll always be that way.
family, good. I like that.
I would just say, like, fun. I just had such a fun time here.
It was. Yeah, it's been a good run. And it's not over yet. We've got a few weeks to go because we're going to have a special celebration. Actually, we have baccalaureate this Sunday night. We have graduation coming up on, May 29th? Is that the right date? Good. So I'm excited about that. And I'm working on my commencement. I give a little message to all the seniors every year. This year's message, and I've been working on this for a while, we're going to talk about how life is similar to a greenhouse. It starts with a seed. We harvest. We don't want to spoil the whole thing. We'll just have a positive message. I can't wait to deliver it to all of you.
I'm excited.
You three are wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're wonderful.
I love having great kids surround our schools every day. If you're at home and you want to be a part of this school district, and maybe you're trying out another kind of school and you think, man, I think I do want to come back. These are the kinds of great kids that are in our hallways. Come join us. We'd love to have you. Check back in with us. Register this summer because we want to get all our students back that maybe have tried some alternative schools and have gone other places. We've got a lot of good stuff happening, and it's because of great kids just like this and great teachers like you saw earlier in this episode. So, folks, be sure to like and share this podcast. We are on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is called Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes Media. We're all part of the Schuylkill Haven Area School District, where quality endures. I'm your host, Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick, Superintendent of Schools. Thanks again for watching. And remember, make the positives so loud that the negatives are impossible to hear.